Well, only 4 teams have won the NCAA championship in its 21 years. Utah leading the way with 9, followed by Georgia's 5. Alabama claiming its 4th last year. UCLA hoping to make it 4 by the end of this meet. Michigan with a couple of second-place finishes as we check in on Chelsea Kroll on vault.
Performing a Yurchenko full. Very solid landing, but not nearly the same kind of height we've been seeing by a lot of the athletes performing this vault.
Chelsea has actually had several injuries this year, something called compartment syndrome in her leg, which basically is really, really painful shin splints, and a 9.875 for Chelsea Kroll. Let's pick up Jeanette Antolin now in progress on the balance beam.
Getting ready for her required gym series. Switch leap, straddle quarter.
Jeanette's a nice comeback story. She was removed from the team last year by Val Condos Field for disciplinary reasons. But the girls on the team went to Val and said, look, Jeanette's been working out. She really wants to be here. And so Val gave her a second chance. And the result has been Jeanette working very hard. She was recently named by the coaches as the West Region Gymnast of the Year.
Getting ready for a dismount. This is where she struggled in the prelims. She didn't get quite enough rotation. Round back double pike. Little over rotation, which is much better, just a slight hop.
Jeanette at Pac-10s this year scored a career best 39.7 on the all-around and posted 9.85 here on beam. Little hug from coach. Chelsa Byrd over on bars for Georgia as the Bulldogs battle Alabama for second place at the moment.
She has great low bar work right here. Stalled her to handstand. As she moves right into a Shapashnikova up to the high bar, and then shoots right back down over the low bar.
The thing that stands out about this routine is the height she gets on her Takatev.
You can see it coming up right here. She throws that bar very aggressively, being able to back up rise to handstand over the bar, heely down as she gets ready for a dismount. Beautiful stick.
Chelsa chose Georgia over Alabama and admired the Tide in the aftermatch until she really got a good sense of how strong the rivalry was between the two schools, and she didn't quite like the Tide so much anymore. 9.925 for Byrd. And let's head back over to the beam where UCLA's rookie spark plug is preparing for this event. Kate Richardson getting a little bit of last-minute advice from Coach Val. The freshman claiming this year's national beam title.
Kate is a beautiful beam worker, and without question, she's a rising star for the Bruins.
The whole year I was focusing on doing my job for the team and doing the best I could and enjoying every single moment. And I just had a great year, and this was an awesome way to finish it off.
The Canadian getting set for her beam routine.
She starts it out with a bang right here. Yogi handstand. She's going to step down out of this right into her tumbling series. Very difficult. Layout, layout. Perfect.
Val Condos Field calls Kate the best freshman she's ever coached. Pretty impressive statement considering this Bruins team the last few years has just been chock full of national team members and Olympic team members, not only from the U.S., but from Canada as well.
Gorgeous front aerial, right into a back handspring, swing down.
We mentioned earlier that Kate was recovering from major back surgery. Back in January of 2002, this surgery required 2 vertebrae being fused together with bone from her hip. Beautiful gainer full dismount. And just 6 months later, Kate was back at full strength, winning the Commonwealth Games in England. And a round of applause from Dad Charlie. And UCLA avoiding those problems on beam they had in prelims, going clean on beam. Kate with a 9.95. Georgia looking solid on bars, but not able to push the Bruins as they head into beam. The scores after 4 rotations, UCLA leading the 4 teams, completing 3 events, and the Bruins also on top with a 9.888 average as we head down to Darren and Val Condos Field.
Val, you said during the preliminaries that you guys weren't on fire, you were on track. It looks like you've caught fire here in the Super 6.
Well, this is exactly what I'd hoped that we would do. We would come in yesterday and just get the job done and then come out with focus, determination, and it's like I keep telling them, if you want it, you go get it, you got to get it done.
You have the Olympic rotation. You finish on the floor. It's one of your strongest events. How confident are you that you're going to win the national championship?
Oh, I would never go there until the last person finishes, or at least until the fifth person finishes. My job now is to go back in the locker room and make sure they're not letting down their guard, they're staying focused, which I'm sure they are, but it's my job to make sure that that's happening. And it's Alabama's job to stop the Bruins. The tide rolls on to bars. Can they bump the Bruins? We'll check back after this message and a word from your local station.